With talk of vaccine passports, fears over privacy risks associated with those digital apps is now causing quite the debate. Well, joining us right now to break it all down is cybersecurity and privacy law attorney Leeza Garber. Leeza, happy Good Friday. Thanks for joining us here.
Happy Good Friday. So good to see you.
You as well. So, New York, Las Vegas, now among the first places in the U.S. to use these vaccine verification apps. And of course, the app would show proof that you've been vaccinated. But what other kind of data is now being collected?
Well, Jan, it's still up in the air. Because this is still a trial experimentation period, we have yet to see exactly what data will be collected around the United States. In New York and in Vegas, they're looking at whatever paperwork you are asked to upload in order to confirm that you either had a recent negative COVID test or that you actually got vaccinated. That paperwork could include your name, address, date of birth, most certainly. And so the questions are really what other data would be coming up and how is it being protected and regulated?
Yeah, there's several lawmakers coming out about this, speaking out about it. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is one of them. Here, take a listen to what he had to say about it.
It's completely unacceptable for either the government or the private sector to impose upon you the requirement that you show proof of vaccine to just simply be able to participate in normal society. It's like, okay, you're going to do this, and then what, give all this information to some big corporation? You want the fox to guard the hen house? I mean, give me a break. I think this is something that has huge privacy implications. It is not necessary to do.
If states or businesses require proof of vaccination, is that considered a violation of privacy?
It's actually completely legal, and here's why. The Supreme Court has ruled in the past, and so have state governments, that proof of vaccination is completely acceptable in certain situations, usually if there's a public health crisis. Biden said last year in 2020 that he would not be requiring people to get the vaccine. There are, of course, certain protected classes, if it's a religious exemption or another disability that wouldn't require you to get the vaccine. People are not going to go around forcibly jabbing you in the arm to get the vaccine, but you may be forced to not participate in certain activities, especially at entertainment venues, maybe potentially restaurants and other storefronts. Employers completely have the right to say their employees have to get the vaccine, but there are, of course, huge privacy implications.
Well, speaking of which, what are companies doing to stop information from being shared or leaked?
As a community, we have a right to be distrustful, right? If you look back in history, there have been some major data breaches, especially related to healthcare information. If you look back at recent voting apps and even COVID-19 contact tracing apps, they've been huge targets for hackers. And right now, with the emergence of these COVID vaccine passports, while it is looking like New York and Vegas are having these trial periods, and the federal government is experimenting with about 17 different projects in this area, it's not regulated, there's no standard yet, and it could be very problematic.
So what concerns you most about the digital vaccine passports? Is there a better alternative?
It's tough to say, Jan. I think in reality, this could be a great standard if they set one. But the problem is, if we look back at the COVID contact tracing apps, they weren't covered by federal privacy regulations like HIPAA, which protects healthcare information. So it's tough to say if these passports would fall under any sort of protected category. And because they're being released pretty quickly, the tech community, cybersecurity community, and privacy community is very worried that they haven't been rigorously tested enough.
Leeza Garber, thanks for joining us here on your Friday. We appreciate it.
Thank you.